Ah, good morning. You're the first one here, I'm afraid. A first for you, I'm sure.
I see.
By the by, Asahi, you wouldn't happen to know where Reiji got off to, would you?
Me?
You don't, then, as I figured.
What happened?
I believe it was around 2 in the morning. I took my eyes off him for just a moment and he disappeared. He left money for his tab, but then vanished on me. He's not answering his phone either.
Was he okay to leave? I mean, if he was drunk, he could be in real trouble.
That's one of my many concerns. His face yesterday looked the same as it did that fateful day.
Which day?
3 years ago. I swear he had this look in his eyes that made me think I would never see that man again.
3 years ago was...
The day before he fled the DAB. It was the look of a man terrified to his core. All because of the delusions he'd seen. Watching the freedom fighters vanish before his eyes must have triggered that same fear from deep within. Reiji has been afraid of the delusions for a long time. Much more afraid than any of you ever were.
Tell me about him.
I will. But only if you promise not to tell Reiji I spilled the beans. Back then, Reiji was obsessed with his research. He felt he could harness delusions to make the world a happier place. Every time he spoke of it, his eyes would light up with hope and wonderment. One day, he happened upon my establishment, and he'd brought a young lady along for the ride.
Hey, don't you think you've had enough?
Enough schmanough. I've earned it. Got one step closer to my dream today, and alcohol just brings me closer still.
Best case I've ever heard for alcoholism. Besides, you've got a lot of people's hopes on your shoulders.
Ah, come on. It's not that big of a deal. Besides, there's plenty of people way more valuable than me in there.
Like Yuki, you mean?
Oh yeah, Kasuga's a pretty big deal. Though lately he's been acting kinda... strange.
How so?
He's just been really pissy. About everything.
Like what?
Like... a lot of things. Though I guess he does have a lot going on.
You two both act like such children sometimes.
I know you are, but what am I?
Excellent rebuttal. But if you really are an adult, I want you to promise me one thing.
Yeah?
Promise me you'll act like one worthy of me. Hey, is something wrong?
With Kasuga, you mean?
No, silly, with you. You've been working yourself ragged lately.
I have to.
And why is that? What is so important that you need to work yourself to death over it? What are you trying to do?
I'm taking on a new project, and then I'm sure I'll be able to... Something wrong?
What do you think? You never come home at all anymore.
I guess I don't.
Is this new project of yours that important?
Well, we just don't have a lot of time. We don't have enough time.
Are you even listening?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you can answer me, then you're at least comprehending my words on some level. That's a start. So, how's it going? Have you made much progress on the visualization device?
It's not done, if that's what you're asking.
But it's going well, isn't it?
No, it's not. I don't think I can do it. I can't get it finished.
Why not?
I don't know. I don't know. I probably don't even want to know.
After that, Reiji made himself scarce for a while. He left Akihabara and left the DAB.
So that visualization device was...
Being developed because he wanted to know. He wanted to know if Mari Tojo was real, or just his delusion. But he couldn't get it working. And that was more than he could stand.
So he had no idea what was real and what was delusion.
Which means it's entirely possible that his beloved doesn't exist. There's not a man or woman alive who could bear that.
But he came back.
With all the rumors of the delusion contractor and the DAB on the move, it became possible for him to see her again. So he returned, in the hopes of determining once and for all whether Mari Tojo was real or simply his delusion. That's the only thing keeping Ray Ray going these days.
So when the freedom fighters disappeared right before his eyes...
Exactly. Which is also why he acted so coldly towards you and your friends.
Hold on. I think I'm missing a few links in this logic chain here.
I think all of you hit him a little too close to home. You're all mirrors of his former self. He feared that you'd be overwhelmed by delusions, lose those close to you, and become obsessed like he did. And he desperately wishes not to see that happen to you. Think of it as his own unique brand of compassion. He's never really been one for tact or social graces, exactly.
I can tell.
If I know Ray Ray, he's still searching for his answer, even now. He intends to find it all by himself, without dragging anyone else in with him.
Too bad. I'm going after him.
Do you think you can find him?
I think I can try. No matter the reason, he's saved all our butts before. That's not delusion. That's fact. And what he's gone through seems like it's a lot worse than what we have. So I want to make sure he has help.
Very well. If Saki and the others drop by, I'll let them know you're off to save the day. But please, give the search a little extra push for me. Not just for Ray Ray, but for the answer he seeks too.
Don't worry. I will. What the... Is this a new delusion?
That's just like him. No entrance yet, though.
You...
Oh, you were the boy who was with Reiji, were you not?
Asahi Tachibana.
I'll be sure to remember that. Asahi Tachibana, I ask you, what does this look like to you?
This? It looks like a delusion that's begun encroaching upon the town to me.
So it's not real, then?
No, it's a delusion. That much I can say for sure.
But when a delusion materializes in the world of reality, does that not make it real?
Is this a trick question?
This delusion is now part of this reality. That is incontrovertible. But just think what good we could do if we were to learn to harness and control delusions like this one.
But that's...
At every drastic change in world history, there has been a delusion present.
Well, sure, probably, but...
But the heart of man is weak, and inconvenient realities are easy to shun.
Just tell me what you're trying to say here.
If only he had companions like your little group back then.
What was wrong with the ones he had?
Reiji suffered in silence, telling no one his plight. Unable to accept delusions, he averted his gaze from reality. Since then, he's been caught in the gap between fiction and non, cursed to live in fear of existence itself, forevermore. Until today, that is.
Until today? What are you planning on doing to him?
Are you blind? Have you really not noticed? This delusion is Reiji's.
What?
It appears the data gathering has been successfully completed. A digital delusion proved too interesting to ignore. Fortunately, the range of his delusion's damage is very small. So we plan on using this opportunity to deal with him.
You're going to nullify his delusion then?
For his own good, yes.
How do you know what's for Reiji's own good? That's what he'd want.
Destroying this delusion and everything that comes with it would free him of his fear. Of course he'd want that.
You're just putting words into his mouth.
As the director of the DAB, I'm prepared to take responsibility for my actions.
And I'm prepared to take responsibility for mine. I won't let you destroy Reiji's delusion.
Is that what he would want?
You dirty little...
If he sinks to the depths of despair, you'd best be prepared to drown down there with him.
Huh? Ugh. Now's not the time to stand here staring like an idiot. I have to find Reiji, and fast.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Asahi.
Hazuki?
Where's the fire? You look like you're on the hunt for someone.
Well?
I see. So he's off on his own then.
Knowing Reiji, he plans on trying to finish this all by himself. And if I can't find him, I can't stop him.
Well, two heads are better than one. Perhaps the search would go smoother with someone else helping you out.
You mean you? Time out. Aren't you supposed to be resting? In a hospital or otherwise?
Oh, no, I'm not talking about me. You already have a partner in crime. His name's Mizuki, remember?
But Mizuki isn't here.
That's true. He's probably off sulking by himself somewhere.
I would be too.
So why don't you go to him?
Sorry?
I'm certain he must be waiting for you.
You really think so?
Well, of course. He's not so childish that he won't be able to get back up after reality bops him on the nose. Happens to all of us. But he is a stubborn fool, like he's always been. And he never tells you what he's actually feeling. So even though he hasn't said it, I'm absolutely certain he's waiting for you, Asahi. I ask you, please go see him.
But what do I say to him?
I think you know.
Huh?
You'll figure it out when you get there, at least. You two have always been in sync that way. Always laughing and smiling together, and fighting, and growing up together as dear, dear friends. So I have every confidence that when you see him, you'll know what to say. You're really the only person who can reach him, I think.
Huh.
Have you remembered? Good. Then you know just as well as I do that you need to go see him. Get out of here and do it.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a good boy. Very Asahi of you, even. Good luck, and Godspeed. I swear, what will it take to pull that boy away from his big sister?
You like this? Come and get me. Away! What? That was easy. Not so fast! You like this? I'll blow you away! Mess them up! Hot! Hot! Hey, what you doing?
Huh?
You. Yeah, you.
Me?
That's what I said.
You by yourself? Yeah. Then let's play together. Huh? Being by yourself is boring. Who are you? Asahi Tachibana. Asahi, like the morning sun, shining down on all the flowers standing tall. Tachibana. I'm Mizuki Aihara. Mizuki, huh? Well, you're gonna be my friend from now on. Huh?
Why?
It's in our names. Mine's got sun in it, and yours, well, Mizuki has the moon, right? We're destined to always chase after each other and never quite catch up.
Asahi?
Hmm?
You know my name isn't actually written with the kanji for moon, right?
Yeah, I know.
Thanks anyway, though.
Look, Mizuki.
I get it. I do. The Akihabara freedom fighters were my own creations. Part of my delusion. And now they no longer exist. Not in this world, at least.
Mizuki.
But I've been thinking. Trying to figure out why my delusion created the Akihabara freedom fighters, of all things. What brought Boss, Akari, and Aoi to me? Or, no, I guess I haven't been thinking about it. I can't. I've just been pretending to think about it. Maybe I knew they weren't real from the beginning and just couldn't accept it. Because if I did, then I'd have also been forced to accept that I'll never be able to best you, Asahi.
To best me?
I've been wanting to beat you at your own game for a long time now.
You've totally lost me. far as I can tell, you've never not bested me. You've bested me in studies, extracurricular activities, and pretty much everything else since we were kids. Always. And I've always been proud of you for it. Proud to call you my best friend.
See? That's what I mean.
What's what you mean?
You can just say how you feel, no problem, without being embarrassed or self-conscious about it. That's where you've always beaten me, at least in my mind. I've always been jealous of that. I mean, you said it yourself, right? Like the sun and the moon, we're destined to always chase after one another. And that's what I've been doing all this time. Running toward the rising sun, the Asahi that brightens my mornings. So when you went off to destroy delusions, I did the same. And I was gonna destroy them before you. I wanted to beat you, to stop losing to you. And the freedom fighters were born out of those feelings. But even with such a potent weapon at my disposal, in the end, I still couldn't do it. I wasn't chasing after you. I was running, trying in vain to outrun the sun as it rose behind me. So consider this my concession. You win. I won't stand in your way any longer, Asahi.
Nuh-uh. Not gonna happen. The sun and the moon never stop chasing after one another. It's an eternal cycle.
But don't you see? It's over now. I'll never catch up to you, Asahi. So it's over.
So that's your way out?
Something like that?
Let's see you try. Come on, let's see if you can really get away from me.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you're coming with me. I'm just going to keep chasing you, right? So just try and get away from me. Just you try it. This isn't over. I won't let it end. Because I need you. So come with me.
That's not fair.
But you are coming with me, right?
Yeah. Let's just get this over with. So, there's a new delusion in town then.
One of the many reasons I needed you, Mizuki.
Speaking of, where are your friends?
After yesterday, I don't have the heart to reach out to them yet.
I'm not sure if that's kind of you, or you're just leaving them in the lurch. But if I'm understanding the situation correctly, we need to find Reiji before the Bureau does, correct? What then, though? Will you protect Reiji's delusion?
Haven't quite thought that far ahead.
Reiji is searching for an answer. And the only way he's gonna find it is by destroying his delusion.
Still
What?
that just doesn't ring true to me. It feels like there's no point to his delusion getting destroyed right now.
Well, maybe. I can handle it on my own.
You don't touch it,
Why not?
because you'll hesitate. And if you stop to regret things, you're gonna miss your moment.
Yeah. Let's put an end to this.
Huh?
Junk Street. Come on.
Mizuki, wait up!